Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shahaweh.
Hi, I'm Shauna.
Hi guys, afternoon. Vicki.
I am Michelle.
Hi everyone, my name is Nicholas.
I'm here because the plan was to pop everyone's balloon. But we're going to have a little twist, so yeah.
I'm here. Well, I came for balloon popping also, but I was bombarded with something new. But say what? We're here to have a good time.
And I'm just here to have some fun today.
I'm just here to have a good time.
Hi everyone, I'm Gilliyne and welcome to Blind Date. Will it be love at first sight or a blind date from hell? Hi everyone, I'm Gilliyne and welcome to Blind Date. Will it be love at first sight or a blind date from hell? Today with me, I have this handsome young man, and I'm going to allow him to introduce himself.
Thank you. So, hi everyone, my name is Nicholas. I'm from Arima, 25 years of age. What else you need to know?
That's it. Why are you here today?
I like to try new things, and I like to have fun, do things that most people are not willing to do. So, just mainly try new things, meet new people.
Okay, Nicholas, and we hope today you find love. So Nicholas has some questions he's going to ask the contestants, so let's get right into it. You can ask your first question, Nicholas.
Sorry. So, my question is, do you believe in love at first sight, or do you believe in love at first sight, or you believe it grows over time?
Contestant number 1, let's start with you.
Yes, I do believe in love at first sight.
I think it had another part. Okay. Contestant number 2.
Kind of both. Honestly, it depends on how it happens. So I go with both. I don't have a steady this or that.
Okay, nice. Contestant number 3.
I agree. I agree with consensus number 2. It could be either or. Depends on the situation, how it happened. So either or for me.
Are you liking the answers thus far?
Yes, I am.
Okay, contestant number 4.
So I believe that we grow in love. So I do not believe in love at first sight. I believe that love in first sight is often lust. So I will say that the latter of the question is what I believe.
Okay. Interesting answers. Yeah, see next one.
Yes, you can.
So, what's your idea of a perfect Saturday?
Let's switch it up. Contestant number 3, we're starting with you this time.
Perfect Saturday. A perfect Saturday probably be a beach day for me.
Anything to say?
I like the beach. I like to be outdoors.
Okay. Contestant number 2.
I would say that maybe drive to let's say to somewhere we could hike to go to a river or something like that, because most times you're winding down from work for persons who work that Monday to Friday. But yeah, that would be it for me.
Okay, nice. Contestant number 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. So a perfect Saturday for me would definitely be probably waking up, heading to the gym. Then when I get home, I relax for a bit and stay home and probably watch TV. Yeah, because I work whole week and I just like chilling, I guess.
Okay, contestant number 1.
A perfect Saturday for me, well, for starters, I'm not a morning person, so I prefer to sleep in on a Saturday after a hectic week. The afternoon, evening could be anything outdoors, from as simple as a brunch, going to any place outdoor. I don't really like the beach because I don't like sand in my hair. And maybe like a water park, anything with water but not the beach.
One more question for you, Nicholas, in this round.
Sure. What's the best compliment you have ever received, and why did it mean so much to you? So, what's the best compliment you have ever received, and why did it mean so much to you?
Anybody can go?
We'll start with contestant number 1.
You're a very intelligent young lady. As a young lady, your mind is the most attractive thing about you. Your mindset is the most attractive thing about a woman. So being complimented about your mindset and your aura is top tier to me.
Contestant number 3.
Wow, that's an interesting question. Nothing coming to mind at this time.
Contestant number 3, is that your response?
Yes. I can't think about anything at this moment. Maybe I'll come back around.
Okay, Nicholas, would we come back to her? Yeah? Okay. Contestant number 4.
So the best compliment that I think I've ever gotten that actually meant something to me was, I like your energy. Being around you actually makes me feel like if I can achieve much more. Because to me, that really touched my heart because it meant that I can, and I probably do have the ability to speak life into other people. And I like that. Yeah.
Okay, contestant number 2.
That would be that I smile with my eyes. It meant a lot to me because I'm not really the cheeriest person. I am, but I'm not also, because if you see me at first sight, first glance, it's resting bee face 24/7. So I was working at the end, the customer, I think one of my managers or supervisors was like, you need to smile. And the lady came up and she was like, that's fine. I can see you smiling with your eyes, and that made my entire everything. So yeah, that was it for me.
Nice. So contestant number 3, we're back to you.
I don't know if to say that is probably one of the best compliments, but something that I could remember is a lot of people say, like, that you're outspoken. That's probably something to the top of my mind that I could remember. They like that I'm very outspoken.
Okay, Nicholas, are you outspoken?
Sometimes. It depends on the situation.
Okay, so Nicholas, you have arrived at the moment where you now have to eliminate one person, one contestant. So I'm going to give you the mic to state which contestant that is.
That's a very hard decision, I would say. But I may have to go with contestant number 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll explain why. Or no?
You can.
Mainly, I guess, because of, how to put it, I feel like, forget the word, but like unsure in terms of like the last question. Yeah, that's the best way I could explain it. Okay. I don't know if I was at the party.
Okay, so contestant number 3, let's have you come out, please. She's gonna come sit here. You can have a seat next to us here. They'll cut it, it's okay. They'll fix it. So, Nicholas, meet contestant number 3. Can you remind us
Vicki.
of your name again?
Vicki.
Okay, so Vicki, would you like to respond to his reason as to... Do I need to repeat that? Okay. Vicki, would you like to respond to the reason that he eliminated you?
No, I mean, everybody have their opinion, everybody have their likes, everybody have what they prefer. So that's cool, that's fine. You miss out on a whole lot of goodness, but that's cool.
Okay, so thank you so much, Ricky, for coming on this show today.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Same here.
Okay.
All right, Nicholas, I'm going to have you ask another question in this new round.
So, what's your biggest relationship pet peeve?
Let's start with contestant number 2.
So knew it was gonna be me. So my biggest pet peeve is not being able to communicate and comprehend.
Okay.
Number 2.
Yes. Do you have a response? You want to say anything? Okay. Oh.
Yeah, like
Contestant number 4. So my biggest relationship pet peeve is actually when my significant other is unstraightforward. Meaning like, okay, so if there's something that I'm doing that is upsetting you, you basically think that I'm doing it on purpose and you're not being straight. But really and truly, it might be something that I'm unaware of. I am not a mind reader. You can literally say it regardless. If you think it might come across harsh or not, you can still say it so we could work it out and get things better.
Oh, guys, y'all are not seeing, but Nicholas seems to really be liking your responses thus far. So let's go with contestant number 1.
My biggest relationship pet peeve is your significant other being very nonchalant. I like people to communicate and be very forward, be honest, and not allow things to bottle up. And then only when an argument comes up or an indifference comes up, you're being told about it. You're being told about something 2-3 years down that went by. So nonchalantness is a no for me.
Any response, Nicholas?
also a very good answer.
Okay, nice. Nicholas likes all of your answers, ladies. So right now, we're going to continue with more questions. So, Nicholas?
Sorry. What's one adventure on your bucket list that you would like to experience with your partner?
Contestant number 4.
One experience that I would like to. One adventure, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I definitely want to go to this. Is it Peru? This place in Peru with the where it has the ancient civilizations, with the Aztecs and the Mayas up on the hill, like that tour. I definitely would like to experience that with my partner. To experience that history and that, view. And I think that's actually something that I definitely would love to do.
Okay, contestant number 1.
Okay, so fun fact, I am afraid of heights. So standing outside right now will be tremble my feet. So I want to do skydiving or ziplining. They say when you're afraid of something, you face the fear, and that's how you get over it. So ziplining and skydiving is something I would definitely like to do with my partner, so that he can hold my hands and we can go through it together and we can scream together.
Okay, nice. Contestant number 2.
So, to be honest, it is really just to travel every and anywhere. Once I'm with that person, I just want to be able to experience new things, new languages, new foods, new cultures. That's what I want to do with that person.
Okay, nice. So, Nicholas, I am going to do something a bit different. I'm going to allow the ladies, each contestant, to ask you a question. Yes? Sure. So, and then we'll get back to you. Yeah. So, contestant number 2, can we have you ask Nicholas a question, please?
Okay. What do you see your ideal person being, or like their characteristics?
I can't say for the characteristics per se, like other than kindness, love, stuff like that. But my ideal person is someone that, regardless of how I feel, if I'm stressed, anxious, or wanting to be alone, I still want to be with that person, if that makes sense. It's like your person feels like home. It's not the place, it's the person, if that makes sense. So you're safe even basically.
Contestant. Okay, contestant number 1.
Are you, Mr. Nicholas, are you someone who's into public display of affection?
At first I was not, but of recent I would say I am.
And contestant number 4.
So I have a question. My question is, Nicholas, if I were to ask you, who are you and what do you stand for? Answer that.
That's a very general question and narrow down for me.
Well, just wait and think about it.
No, he's
Be
asking
more
you,
specific.
he's asking you to narrow it down for him.
Okay, so who are you? Like, if somebody comes up to you and is like, who are you? What are you going to say? And like, what do you stand for? Focus more on that
Yes.
part. What do you stand for as a person, as a being?
Well, usually when you ask someone who they are, they tend to usually forget everything about themselves.
Exactly.
It's more or less happening right now. But I like to try new things. I travel more or less for a living. I could consider myself a workaholic. In terms of what I stand for, what it means though.
Your moral code.
I have a high standard for morals, so I tend to be a nice person. Some people say I'm too nice.
Being a nice person, sorry to interrupt, nice person or kind person.
I'll
Those
say
are
both.
two completely different things. Think about it.
I'll still say both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So we are back to Nicholas asking the question. Thank you so much, ladies. So Nicholas, do you have a question ready for us?
One more question?
You have 2 more questions in this round.
Okay. Well, before I ask another question, with my response to the questions previously, I like all 3 answers because, as I say, I travel for a living. I also love geography and history. So one of my bucket list adventures is to go to Iceland for like 2 months or so and experience the whole country. Yeah. Let me see which one.
Ladies, you're in for a treat. I mean, lucky lady, you are in for a treat.
Actually, all 3 answers were similar in that aspect. So another question: what is one trait you admire what is one trait you admire in others that you wish you had more of in yourself?
Okay, contestant number 4.
One trait that I admire in others that I wish I had more. Traits of, I don't know how to, I don't know the word for it, but I'm going to try to explain it. The trait of actually being able to remain calm despite of the situation. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a hothead or anything like that, but when I say remain calm, like internally, for you to actually remain calm internally and just don't feel anything towards whatever that person or that situation is. But I'm mostly a worry. I'm a kind of warrior and a kind of person that would fret for certain things to myself. So like, I have a friend that actually like, regardless of the situation, she could remain calm and she's just like, God would handle it. And that's what I want. I guess faith, like having more faith right now. That's one of the things that I'm working on, that faith, yeah.
Okay, nice. Contestant number 2.
Something that I wish I had more, well, a trait would be patience. Having more patience and being patient with people especially, and also being able to like calmly think through things and deal with the situation on a mellow ground.
Okay. Thank you. Contestant number 1.
Can you repeat that question again for me?
Well, hold on, I'll find it back.
What trait I like in others that I wish I had in myself? Yes?
One trait you admire in others that you wish you had in yourself, yeah.
Okay, so I consider myself to be a very calm person. I'm not someone who flies off the hinges very quickly. So sometimes when people try me, I feel like because I'm such a good person, I feel like people take advantage of that and they don't expect me to fly off the hinges. So I wish that sometimes when people upset me, I would have the tenacity to treat with them accordingly, rather than just being so calm and just let it slide. I wish I had that in me. I wish I had a little more aggression when it comes to people mishandling me, so to speak.
Okay, nice. And last question for this round.
What's the most spontaneous thing you've ever done for love?
Ew. Hopefully we get some spicy answers here. And I feel like we should start with contestant number 4 again. I feel like I'm going to get a spicy story there.
Spontaneous thing that I've ever done for love. When you say spontaneous, expatiate a bit. Be a bit more broad about the spontaneous.
It could be spontaneous, but planned spontaneous. So it's planned for you, but spontaneous for them.
As in a good way, right?
Yes.
Okay. For love. I actually planned a whole, well, I mean, like, this is normal, but a whole birthday party.
Is that your response, contestant number 4?
I just remember something. But yeah, it was out of, like, it was supposed to be a good thing. It ended in a good thing, but like, because of the partner, it kind of went a bit haywire. So it was a surprise birthday party, but the person noticed that I was just moving a bit sneaky and whatnot. And it kind of turned out kind of bad, which kind of made me say to myself, I don't think I'll ever do anything like that again, because I got blamed for something that was definitely not happening. But yeah. So I decided to do this little birthday party thing. I went to the person phone to get their friends' numbers and whatnot. And yeah, which I did. I got yeah. So I got their friends' numbers, and then he actually went into my phone, seen me talking to his friend. He didn't get the idea what was going on, but like, it just had a call. And yeah, so the day of his birthday, he came back. I was like, okay. He's like, why is his friend calling him to come somewhere when, Anyways, long story short, basically, like, I planned a birthday party that was a set of drama, but it ended up pulling off really nicely, and then like, I was forgiven for something that I didn't do. So yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Contestant number 2, let's hear your spontaneous love story.
I think you could have spontaneously go to number 1 and But to be quite honest, the only spontaneous thing that I've ever gotten to do was just, I'm the type of person, if you say certain things are wrong me, best believe I'll end up executing it. So if you just say it just because you looking at something, say you might be looking at a sneakers, you might be looking at this, you or this, you think whatever be the case, and you just mention it, yeah, I'm the type of person that would end up giving, like, showing up with stuff like that. So that's the most spontaneous thing I've ever done, give gifts based on what my partner had spoken about. But other than that, I have a lot of ideas that I really want to execute because I'm a helpless romantic, but yeah, I've never reached the part to do anything extravagant.
Okay, Nicholas, are you liking the answers?
Yes, I'm loving the answers so far.
Okay, and contestant number 1, it's on to you.
So this one time, a guy that I was dating, it was my boyfriend actually, and it was his birthday, and so I went over to his house. So he lives far away from where I live, and I hired a driver. I went there to pop up, took lunch, birthday gifts, everything, and I wore, it was actually like a robe, but it's like a throw, and I turned it into a dress, had a really nice slit, but I wore no underwear. The slit was very high, so I was going to pop up and spice him up. So when I got over to his house, remember it's his birthday, so When I got over to his house, knocked on the door, only to have a bunch of his family open the door. And they were like, when they saw the outfit, they were like, what is this? And his brothers was there, his mother was there. I literally wanted to melt into the ground because I'm sure I probably flashed them. And I was like, oh my God. And I just went straight upstairs to his room. And worst part about it, he wasn't even home. He wasn't even home. He had literally stepped out because it was his birthday. So he stepped out to go. So we have this thing when it's our birthday, you know, we could choose to do whatever we want, whether we want to spend it with the person or we want to do whatever we wanted. So I didn't tell him I was coming, I'd do nothing. I just popped up. And when I came, his whole family was there. Oh my God, I was mortified. Little to say, I was mortified.
Okay. So Nicholas, this is your other opportunity to eliminate one of the beautiful contestants. So which one will it be?
Same thing, it's a very hard decision. But I may have to go contestant number 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Contestant number 4, can you grace us with your presence, please? You can come have a seat here. So remind us of your name again.
I'm Shauna.
Nicholas.
Is there anything that y'all would like to say to each other?
I think she didn't expect me to be younger. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
When you saw him, Shauna, you laughed. You all laughed. So is it that you all happen to know each other?
No.
It's not that. Please don't ask me why.
Okie dokie. Would you like to say why you laughed? Or?
I laughed when she laughed.
Oh, okay.
I just
Okay.
like laughing, honestly.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you both like laughing. Okay, nice. Interesting. So y'all may have been a good pair, but sorry, it didn't work out today.
That's okay.
Have a nice day. Thank you for
Thank you,
coming.
Nicholas.
Y'all are too funny. Yeah, listen. Oh, there's too much vibes in this show. I take it up. Right. Okay, so so we are left with only 2 ladies, Nicholas. So we are going to ask, let's see how this rounds go. Because after this elimination, you will be matched with your blind date. Okay? So, ladies, contestant number 1 and contestant number 2, are you all ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so Nicholas, here you go.
What's your go-to karaoke song? And would you be brave enough to sing it on a date?
My go-to karaoke song is Usher, You Remind Me, and yes, I will definitely sing it. I'm a huge Usher fan.
Okay. Right. Contestant number 2.
So my go-to song is Somebody Real by Think. And yes, I will sing it with all my soul. Anytime, anyway. We could have karaoke in the car. No problem.
That's the best kind
And
of
in
karaoke.
public, that's fine. But yes.
Nicholas, and what's yours?
It's a very hard question. I'm into music a lot, so I listen to basically all genres, and I know lots of songs. If I had to pick, it may be a song by Aaliyah, but I forget the name. Hold on. At Your Best.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good song for duet.
And would you perform it?
Maybe if I drink a little bit.
Because I know that song has a couple high notes. Yeah, I like that song too. Okay, so Nicholas, another question.
What do you think is the reason for so many relationships failing nowadays?
Did you guys hear that question?
Yes, we did.
Okay, contestant number 2, let's start with you.
You like me, I love to know. So to be quite honest, it starts from the home. It starts with who you've grown up with, what you've seen growing up, and also, well, yeah, that and, well, communicating and comprehending the situation. To me, if you grew up in, which I grew up in an extended household, it's just a lot of arguments and nothing is being solved, and then it's just like you're seeing it and nobody not correcting it to say, well, this is not how something's supposed to actually be, but they don't know any better, so yeah, the background, your home, growing up, that is it for me.
Okay. And contestant number 1.
Outside of the obvious infidelity, I think a lot of relationships fail because there are a lot of people who, in the first place, they have relationships based on trauma bonds. So they mesh well initially at the early stages because they would have some kind of traumatizing experience that would cause them to mesh well. And then that trauma bond eventually rear its ugly head. And instead of us healing from situations that we would have experienced, we decide to sweep it under the rug. So I think if people learn to fix their mindsets, for example, a lot of people have this mindset that, okay, well, this is how I am, so deal with it, rather than saying, okay, well, this is not the way that you're supposed to be, because a lot of people would have experienced bad things as a child or in their childhood days growing up, and they turned out to be exemplary human beings. But there are also some people who would have had bad childhood, and they would grow up and be like, well, this is how I grew up, and this is what I know, and this is how I've been. So they continue to be like that as an adult, right? A lot of people, both men and women, they see and experience things, and they chose to be better. They chose to be a better person. And if people learn to be good people and learn to go through the right way, like long time, for example, long time, our mother and father, they would stay with their husbands, their wives, just because, you know, they're raising a family, but not because something is a particular way, that means you have to accept it. It shouldn't be acceptable. This is not the way that this is supposed to be. This is not the way you treat somebody, and this is not acceptable. And if we learn to deal with things and fix it instead of cope with it, I think relationships would work.
Okay, nice. And do you have a response, Nicholas, or would you like to share your view on this question?
I like both answers. They make a lot of sense. But just to add as well, I would say maybe in the modern day, social media is also ruining relationships. Yeah.
So, ladies, we are going to switch it up a bit. So I'm going to ask you to ask Nicholas 2 questions. It can either be a 2-part question or 2 separate questions. So let's start with contestant number 1. Do you have a question for Nicholas?
Yes, I do. What type of a lover are you, Nicholas?
Lover?
Yum, 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 yum.
That's very broad still. What do you mean?
Yum.
Are you someone that is very thorough? Are you someone that is very thorough with your girlfriend in terms of you aim to be someone that is loving and is willing to satisfy your significant other, or are you a selfish lover?
Well, not say I'm a selfish lover for sure. If I come first, you can't win.
Say that again?
If I come first, you can't win.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, thank you, contestant number 1. Do you have another question at this time, or can I go to contestant number 2 first?
We could do it separately or we could do it all together.
Yeah, you can do it together.
Okay.
Do you have another one?
What is your mindset like, Nicholas? What are some of the things you believe in?
I believe in religion, of course. I believe in 2 parents needing to be in the household together to raise a proper family, proper members of society. I believe you have to make sacrifices for certain things that you want. Nothing comes easy. And you just have to keep putting in the work and be there for each other and support each other.
Contestant number 2.
Hmm. I'm still choked up with his first answer. How I want to say how high of a tolerance you have, or ask how high of a tolerance you have, or how patient are you? Do you think you are, I should say, because no one is ever sure.
I would say I'm very patient. I'm sure about it.
Okay, and then my next question is, what do you want first? Your career to be where it is, or a family that helps you reach there?
So it's all based on the situation. Right now, of course, I'm single. So my career would come first. I usually go on for quite a long period of time. But once I have someone and people to take care of, obviously things will change and family would come first.
Okay, thank you.
Nice. So ladies, I think y'all have a good man here. The number one thing that stood out to me that he said is that he's patient. And I mean, we want a guy who is patient, yes? So let's have Nicholas ask 2 more questions before we make our final cut.
So would you rather have a partner who's a morning person or a night owl, and why?
Contestant number 1.
I love a morning person, actually. I love a morning person. They would wake me up. They would wake me up, and they would motivate me to get up on 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock. But hopefully they wake me up for good reason. So I love a morning person. I mean, balance is good. That's what life is about, balance. I'm not a morning person, he's a morning person. So I'm a morning person for sure.
Okay.
I think a night owl will be prowling. And we all know how that goes.
Yes. And contestant number 2.
I'd like a morning person, because I'm like always up early all the time. So yeah, I don't mind a morning person.
Nicholas, are you a morning person or a night owl?
I'm both. I get up early and go to sleep late. Yeah.
And do you prowl? As contestant number 1 was referring to the night owl, do you prowl as well?
Nah, I don't. So my version of a night out, if it's like a Friday, yes, I'll go to the avenue and clubs and stuff. But one of the things I like is cars. So I prefer go maybe some racing, stuff like that, spend some time with the boys.
Nice. Interesting. So last question, Nicholas.
If you had to describe yourself in 3 emojis, what would they be and why?
Contestant number 2.
Oh, in 3 emojis. That's
3.
it, right?
Yes, 3 emojis,
So-
and why?
The little purple devil with a little smirk on his face. The little one that covers his mouth with a little smirk too. And also the one that does just blow out that little air. Yeah.
Okay, and why?
Well, the first one is self-explanatory, I think. Do you all want me to say?
Second one. It's fine.
Because according to Trinidadians, they say a pepper boss. Yeah. So that's just my thing. I don't know.
Okay.
The one with the cover mouth is just like not really, not to say I'm being nonchalant, but more or less being like, oh, you think I'm a fool? All right, hee hee hee. And then the one that woosahs a lot is like, that is when I need the patience, like, Lord, calm me at the moment. So yeah, that's my 3 emojis.
Okay. And contestant number 1?
3 emojis. The love struck with the eyes that are hearts. The emoji that puts his hand over to the side of his head as if he's giving a salutation. And the emoji that has his eyes open wide, big, as if he's shocked at something someone is saying. Yeah.
Okay, and why?
So the love struck describes me. I'm a beautiful woman, so what's not to stare at?
I like that.
So I love that emoji. And the one that says that gives the salutation, that is like, whatever you say, if I don't agree with it, I'll be like, okay, whatever you say, sir or ma'am, go on, enjoy your day. I will send someone that emoji and I'll go about my day, not, batting 2 lashes. It's a part of nonchalantness. And the last one, the one that has his eyes open, that is me shocked at some of the things that people would have the gall to say or come at you with. Some people, audacity is at all-time high. So it's me being shocked at people's audacity.
Okay.
Most times.
Nice, interesting. And Nicholas, can you give us just 2 emojis that you would describe yourself and why?
So it was interesting too. Nobody said the laughing emoji. But that would be the first one for me. I'm always laughing. The second one is probably the same purple devil, because I'm also a bit mischievous.
Okay, interesting. And so, ladies, I'm going to do you a favor and I'm going to ask Nicholas 1 question just before we get to that elimination round. Okay, so Nicholas, do you play video games? And if you do, how often do you play video games?
I do play video games. How often depends on where I am. If I'm at work, it'll be months I'll go without playing. If I'm home, I may play every other day or so. Duration varies on the day as well.
Okay, ladies, did y'all appreciate that question?
Yeah, I guess. That's okay.
Didn't
I don't
sound too
mind.
convincing. Okay, so ladies, do you mind if your partner plays games often? Video games?
He will have a game buddy with me. I can tell him that because I jump in straight on. Sorry.
Okay. Contestant number 1, do you mind?
Initially, I may not mind, but I feel like games are for like younger people, very young, and I mean like teenagers. But I mean, a lot of men are into it, so I don't mind as long as he's not behind it for 6-8 hours. 'Cause
Yes,
it's
not
something
too
that
long.
takes a lot of time. You get so carried away, not realizing how much time you spend on it. So it's something that could make you get carried away. So I mean, if it's nothing he has to do and it's just in his downtime, I don't mind. But if things have to be done or there is a need for his presence to be somewhere else and he's caught up in the game, then yeah, it may be a problem. But generally, no.
Okay. So, guys, we have arrived at our final round. Nicholas is now going to make his final cut, elimination, and then we are going to have our blind date match. So, Nicholas, do you have a contestant in mind?
I'm not sure. I have to deliberate on it some more.
Okay, while we wait. Sorry, guys. I was literally going to jump in.
I was playing in my head.
The ticket was time, please. That's all. Okay, sorry. Okay. So let's go ahead. Nicholas.
I may have to go with eliminating contestant number 1.
So contestant number 1, can you come out, please? Can you come and have a seat next to us, please, contestant number 1? Seat. So, Nicholas, do you have anything to say to contestant number 1 after seeing her? Not only just hearing her, and can you say to us why did you decide to eliminate contestant number 1?
She is a beautiful lady, as she said. And the only reason for eliminating is because I had to, I would say.
Misha? Contestant number 1, do you have anything to say?
It was nice to meet you, Nicholas.
Okay, thank you so much for coming on this show today. Have a great day. And okay, so before I bring contestant number 2 out, Nicholas, is there any final question that you would like to ask contestant number 2?
It's a kind of deep question. So, what do you want out of life?
Out of life in general, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so out of life in general, I just want to finally be genuinely happy within myself and with me as an individual. And then I find when that happens, everything else is going to run as smoothly as it can be, because I think I deal with everything else pretty okay, as can be.
Yeah, I like the response.
Contestant number 2, is there any final question you have for contestant number 2? Is there any final question you have for Nicholas?
Do you think you can deal with like someone that is hot-head or might have a rara personality? Well, not personality, but they kind of mirror actions. So it depends on how someone gets to them, they would mirror exactly that. Do you think you could handle that? Or deal with someone like that?
I think I can. Also, it brings a bit of entertainment into life.
Okay, nice. So contestant number 2, I'm gonna ask you to come out, please.
Hi.
You can come have a seat here. So remind us of your name again.
My name is Shahaweh.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so now that you guys have seen each other and you are the new blind date match for our first episode of Blind Date, is there anything that you guys would like to say to each other before going out on this first date? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Firstly, why we have different shades of pink going on here? Like we knew it was going to happen. It had to happen. This is a sign from the universe. Have to be.
Yes, you see, it was meant to be. You guys were meant to match then. Yes.
It's romantic colors.
Yes. So anything to say to her, Nicholas, or you will leave that for the date?
Are you from Trinidad? Because I hear a slight
So
accent.
I'm from Tobago, but I live here now. Because I work here, so yeah.
Okay. So thank you everyone for tuning in to our first episode of Blind Date. Will it be love at first sight or a blind date from hell? We just have to wait and find out. But thank you so much to Nicholas and to
Shahaweh.
Shahaweh for gracing us with their presence, and to the other contestants, thank you so much. Thank you guys, and stay tuned for our other episode. Bye.